That's why it's funny, because he's deadly
That
serious.
motherfucker like never laughs.
It peaks.
Just a tip.
Just a tip.
Yeah, just a tip.
That's all she wanted.
Did you say Barry White or did you say Kool-Aid Man?
Oh yeah!
Alright.
Master race my ass.
Alright, let me get this thing started.
So, you're almost done with Bioshock?
I'm almost done with Bioshock.
Did you finish Bioshock Infinite?
Yeah.
You did?
I gotta talk about some Bioshock, alright? I got some beef.
No, I didn't replay it. Right. I wanted to.
The first one?
You still want to?
Well, yeah, I can't replay the first one because you have it.
I need to finish it. If it wasn't for Titanfall, it would be done. It would be done.
That's funny because you don't play Titanfall.
I do. I played it today.
What rank are you? Like 30?
Dude, I don't even know.
I think I prestige past you.
You did?
Yeah,
I know John
sure.
did. Soda was a higher level than me. That's
Kill yourself.
On Titanfall?
I've played
Yes, sir.
an hour a
Yeah,
day
yeah.
this week, like every day, and I'm higher than you. So
bullshit.
I think he is.
I'm 39 right now.
No, you're
Holy shit.
Dude, you're higher than me.
That's...
You're 30 what?
39.
I just got him
Some
36.
of those challenges, though, those challenges just.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed matches where I go where I don't get any challenges, I
that.
don't get any
That's
experience.
what she said.
And then when you get
And then when you
one
do get
challenge,
challenges,
you
it's
get
like
like
in a
5
whole
levels.
level. Yeah.
So this is the Green Light District podcast. I know we started just talking away, but that's my fault. I'll take blame for that.
It is your
It is
fault.
your fault.
You're the moderator.
I know. So you guys want to introduce ourselves? I'm Johnny.
Sean,
Jose.
Soto.
White gold, Boris.
your name is Boris.
You are known as Boris
Yes.
on this show, sir. Okay, Boris.
This is why I couldn't get away with Dan, okay?
Couldn't get away with
the
Dan.
fuck?
No, not at all.
No one's going to let you get away with that.
No,
They'll call you
not
Dan.
at all.
No. All right, guys. So I want to talk about some Bioshock. Okay, Sean, let me borrow it. Phenomenal game. I think it's great. I wish I would have played it back in 07 when it came out. Was it 07 or 08? Around that time period?
Yeah,
I think
around there.
2007.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Game of the Year.
Oh, was it? Yeah. I mean, it's a really good story. A few things here. I got a little annoyed because as I'm playing the game, you know, you're this guy. I forget his name. Just some stranger. What's his name? Does he have a name?
I don't.
He does.
He does.
What's his name?
I forgot his
Which
name.
one?
Completely
The
forgot.
first Bioshock?
Yeah, the first
I don't
Bioshock.
remember it.
I don't remember.
Whatever. So Atlas, this jerk off, he keeps telling me and bossing me around, telling me that I'm gonna save his family. I'm like, all right, fine. You know what? I'll help him out.
And then you let them die.
And then hold on, wait a minute, sir. No,
Boris. That was his wife and his little girl.
Atlas is just, and he keeps sending you on like suicide missions, basically trying to get you killed. And then when you finally get to a certain point in the game where you think it's done, like you think it's over, they like slap you in the face like, no, bitch, it's not over. Now you go and do this and do that and do this for someone else and do that. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. You know,
But it's not cool.
But you're not.
That's why you're ranting
So,
right now.
so are you ranting because you don't like that aspect of it?
I don't like. Here's what I don't like for reals though. Like something specific that I don't like when you finally figure out what's going on. Like the big spoiler. Should we say it?
the game has been out for
Well, you were the
7
only one
years.
that never played it, right? So you played Bioshock.
Yeah, I played
right?
Bioshock.
You played
I
the first-
haven't finished it. I don't plan on finishing it.
Alright,
I know
go
it's
nuts.
the whole Dan Ryan thing. Is that where you're going with this?
Andrew Ryan.
Whatever, Dan
Ryan.
Ryan and Ryan. Oh,
This isn't
Expressway.
Chicago.
They're both
Sorry.
criminals.
Yeah, Dan Ryan. Yeah. No, Andrew Ryan. Yeah. Would you kindly? Atlas is a con man, basically, and the whole "would you?" He keeps repeating that phrase. Would you kindly?
Mm-hmm.
And
I
that
thought he was
basically.
just super polite.
Yeah. At first, I
Yeah.
thought that too.
He's got an Irish accent and he's asking me very politely to do stuff. Of course I'll do it.
Yeah, dude. But no, I mean, so you figure it out. And it was him, some doctor guy. This doctor guy makes you kill a puppy. That I did not like because that is something I will never unhear again. That tape.
I forgot that tape. What do you mean makes you kill a puppy?
Well,
You don't kill a puppy. You hear
no,
somebody.
you hear like I guess a younger version of himself when he's getting brainwashed. The doctor, I forgot his name, Dr.
Steinman?
No, that was the first boss.
That was the surgeon.
Yeah, he was a surgeon. There was another one. I think he was like, I guess he dealt with hypnosis. Anyway, he's the one who brainwashed him, who helped brainwash him. And like, there's a part of the story when you're playing through the story, they play this tape back. I heard it twice. Like I found like those tapes that you find, like those hidden tapes that tell a story. Like I found that, and it was the same scenario that I like maybe like 5 minutes after you kill Andrew Ryan, you hear that same thing again of him as being a little boy, you know, playing with his puppy. And the doctor's like, snap the dog's neck. And he's like, no. And then he's crying. He's like, snap the dog's neck. And he's like, no, don't make me do this. And then he's like, would you kindly? And then you hear the dog, and it just, oh man, that scarred me.
Yeah.
That was. But, I mean, overall though, I think it's a really good story. Andrew Ryan and all his quotes and all his awesomeness. I mean, the type of person to make Rapture is got to be either the smartest man in the world or the craziest.
You know who Andrew Ryan reminded me of?
Who?
Tony Stark's dad. What was his name?
Mr. Stark. For all
I don't
intents and
remember his
purposes.
first name.
I don't remember his first name. Yeah, but yeah, I can see that exactly.
Yeah.
Like with
Similar
Iron Man,
personality.
Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
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 Okay, 'cause I don't know if he kind of was portrayed the same way in Captain America.
No. In the first Captain America, in that one, he was kind of like that spry young inventor. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
Oh
on the
no,
world.
yeah, not him.
In Iron Man 2, like you
Howard.
kind of
Howard
Howard Stark.
Howard Stark.
You kind of see he's already defeated in Iron Man 2. Like, oh fuck. Okay, well I gotta leave this shit.
Are you talking about Tony?
Howard.
No, the Howard Stark in Iron Man 2 was borderline alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
He just gave off the impression that he was sexist.
Yeah. Well, he gave
Very
off that
retro.
impression.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that.
Yeah,
No, as a character, I think Andrew Ryan, he is one of my favorite characters. Just some of the stuff he says, like as soon as you walk into Rapture, it's like this is a place. There's no, what does he say? No kings, no gods, only man.
Only man. Yeah.
I was like, man, that's
Yeah, he had a what was it? He had a great
dude. He has
speech
so
in
many
the
good.
beginning
Let me see if
where
I
he
can
was
find it.
explaining why Rapture had to be
Yeah.
created.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find some of his quotes. But
So the gameplay thing where you have to go do this and do that and do this and that. You don't feel like the fact that that's the point. After that big reveal, you find out that the reason why you had to do these seemingly stupid missions because someone asked you to was because of that whole would you kindly.
that's what I got.
That
out of it.
didn't make it.
It didn't make
better
any
for
sense
you?
for me at first. Like,
No.
it didn't make any sense. Like, why am I doing this? And then, like at the end,
Right,
like,
but
oh,
finding out why it didn't make it that much more.
Enjoyable for you because that blew my. I mean,
Yeah.
that was like what?
What really blew my mind was at the end when you're beating the shit out of Andrew Ryan. And what did he say? He said, "A man,
chooses,
A man chooses-
a slave obeys.
a slave obey." He kept repeating that like after every whip of that. Was it golf club? Yeah, it was a golf club. I was like, that is amazing. Interesting. Some deep shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The would you kindly thing, is that like a whole like
So the whole point in the game is you're going on these missions because Atlas is telling you to do so over the intercom. He's asking you to go here, do this, go here, do that, kill this person, or stop this from happening. And the whole time you're doing it, some of the things he's asking you to do, you as a player don't want to do it. But because it's a video game and it's so linear, you have no other choice. That's the point of the game. So, I mean, they kind of used the fact that the character you're playing is brainwashed into doing whatever someone tells him to do whenever they say, would you kindly, as a kind of device to explain why the game is the way it is. And it's the reason why I like the Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite. Let's talk about Bioshock 2. The reason why I like them so much is because the Kevin Levine, who wrote and directed both of those games, goes above and beyond to not only like present you with the story that he's talking about or what the story he wants to tell you, but he explains why everything is. He explains why this character is doing this thing to a point where it's not just you're in a video game, so that's why you're doing it. It's you're doing it because you're being told to do it and you have no other choice. And the fact that you as a gamer also don't have any other choice. You have to do it. The only other option you have is to turn it off. And turning it off isn't satisfying because you don't know what's going to happen, So, I mean, Bioshock Infinite to that isn't like that in a way. It is linear.
Yeah.
But it shows like an openness to it. It's hard to explain without spoiling a lot of things, but there is, and I don't know how going into it, I should have thought of it this way playing Bioshock, going into Bioshock Infinite and thinking, okay, he's gonna explain why everything the way it is, and I'm just waiting for the ball to drop.
Yeah.
And I mean, with Bioshock, you get it close to the end, but you get it before the end of the game, so you understand, and you're like, oh, okay.
That's when you think you're at the end, yeah.
Yeah, and you think you're at the end, and I mean, that's when I finished it. That's when I stopped playing. But, which I should have probably finished the last 10
you didn't
minutes.
finish the last parts?
I didn't finish the last parts.
Me neither.
Wait, you never completed?
I didn't
first
finish
part?
the game, no. I
But
didn't
you
finish
know
the last
what
parts.
happens.
I know what happens.
What?
Yeah.
Why would you not?
I watched
do that?
all the endings on YouTube after.
Why?
I don't know. I
You
just...
did-
No, you know what happened? I was playing it on PC, and my PC I had to reformat my entire drive.
Oh.
Everything's a lie.
So I didn't want to.
restart.
I didn't want to reinstall and then restart it. Thank God for Steam now, because now if I have to reformat it, all my saves are saved in the cloud, so I can just like Skyrim.
Now-
I would never play Skyrim again when my PC save got. And I've wiped my PC
I've
like 3
restarted
times.
Skyrim so many times. Not yet.
Now, Johnny, I do have to ask you one thing.
What's up?
With the Bioshock game, did you
Yeah.
harvest or did you save all the little sisters?
No, I saved them all.
You saved them all.
Like,
So you,
I
so you
couldn't-
saw the save ending,
No,
correct?
I
Finish
still
it
haven't finished it yet.
Oh, okay.
It-
where am I at?
I didn't like the ending.
Well, I'm with
When you get
Tannenbaum.
there, you'll I mean, the ending was kind of like okay, whatever.
I'm already a little upset with the ending because I think it would have been nice if the ending was, oh, Andrew Ryan's dead, you kill him, and then you go after the Atlas, or what was his real name?
Fontaine.
Fontaine. Motherfucker. All right, and then you go and just
Well,
like
you made it sound like
kill
you were
him.
disappointed that once you kill Ryan, it sounded like you were disappointed that the game kept going.
yeah.
Like you had a problem with it. Why? You kill Ryan, it's at that point you find out that Atlas isn't Atlas, he's actually Fontaine, and he's been fucking with you for the whole game, and now it's your chance to go kick his
Yeah,
ass. And
Here's the thing though, but then after that I still have to do like other bullshit missions.
No, and I can see where Johnny's coming from. It's kind of like, okay, well, I know that Atlas is Fontaine. I just killed Andrew Ryan. Okay, why don't I just go after Fontaine? Why am I doing all this extra BS that I shouldn't need to do because
you're
nobody's
still-
telling me to
you're
do
still
it?
under mind control, aren't you?
Yeah,
So you have to break that, and then you have to
that's
start
true.
beefing yourself up to the point where you could actually survive combat with him.
Right, right, and that's the one thing I remember sitting there, and I did kind of feel that way. I'm like, man, like, but as soon as I found out who Fontaine was, and I'm like, no, fuck that, I want to kill him. And then Tenenbaum's like, wait, you're not ready.
I wanted to kill the
You-
doctor guy, to be honest. I wanted to kill him right away. He made me kill a puppy. Damn it.
Did
It
you,
was years ago. Come on.
Did you?
Let it go.
That's unforgivable.
Well, what about the artist?
The artist? Oh, that was a cool mission with the artist.
That was creepy.
He was a
Fuck.
jerk though. Like you kill the first two. Like I think he makes you kill like 3 or 4 dudes, right?
Yeah.
And then I go and kill 2 of the dudes, and then he freaks out, and then he comes after me, tries to kill me. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Go kill these other guys." And then my guy's like, "Yeah, whatever.
Would you kindly? Okay.
You tried to kill me, but that's all right. No worries."
That fight scene though, with all those splicers in his
God, dude.
ball area or whatever, his
Yeah.
theater, that was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Just the whole atmosphere of
I found myself like twirling and spinning around with the music. I had a shotgun too, so it was like boom. Like I would wait to shoot at those points
Yeah.
and just circle around the splicers.
Now, how do you feel when you go up against a Big Daddy? Are you, Johnny? Are you someone who just kind of goes in guns blazing, or you try to take a tactical?
What do you mean goes in guns blazing? Who
With a-
does that against a big
With a
daddy?
daddy? Oh,
Yeah.
here, dude, no.
you gotta go
save.
tactical with a big
No,
daddy.
that's what, but I'm asking. Have
You
you
have to check all your ammo, what
Yeah.
kind of guns you
Yeah.
have, if you upgraded them.
Make sure your
now
plasmas
have
are on
like
point.
the first time a Big Daddy? I gotta ask you. The first time you went up against a Big Daddy, did you die?
No. It was only after like the second or third because I got pretty cocky. Like I took out the
The first one.
Yeah. I took out the first one. Like I mean, it was hard because it's really hard to come by ammo in that game. You really gotta loot everybody. You gotta loot them for cash. You really gotta save up your money because ammo is so scarce. Like towards the end of the game, I found myself struggling to kill splicers because I used to be able to kill them with one shotgun shell, and then after a while, it's like it takes almost 4 rounds just to kill one splicer.
Yeah.
And then going after a Big Daddy is just almost suicide. So
Yeah.
what I usually like to do is I save before the game, and then Sean helped me out with that. He's like, dude, you should probably save before the game. Otherwise, if it doesn't go well, you can just load it back up.
That's
So
yeah.
That's what I do.
I
That's,
died horribly.
Did you
Oh,
start
The
upgrading the
first,
wrench yet?
Big Daddy.
with the
Like,
first one.
yeah, 'cause I didn't know that it was gonna rush you. Like I didn't
'Cause you
know
don't
what
need-
I was up against, so I just walked up to it, and went boom, and it just pinned me up against the wall, and it was over.
Oh.
with the
Yeah.
Ooh,
man.
that's some scary shit. Yeah.
I just man, I wish you finished Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah, we gotta get on.
I mean, I would like to see your reaction, like how you felt about it.
I gotta
Only
replay that
because-
whole game.
Only because I feel like game-wise, as a game, taking out the story and taking out the atmosphere and everything like that, just the game itself, how it plays, is better than Bioshock, I feel. Story-wise, do you know about the DLC of Bioshock Infinite?
Don't you go back to Rapture?
Yeah, so... Yeah,
Really?
you do. And that,
Is there only one DLC?
There's 3.
There's 3.
One of them's like a sandbox thing where you just kill things for like points, basically.
Yeah, I heard some
And then-
people had issues with that. As far as achievements go,
Yeah, really.
so I heard to complete it is a bitch.
It's a pain in the ass, yes. I started playing and I just gave up. I still haven't played the Rapture, Return to Rapture DLC, but it's 2 parts. But I don't know. The dynamic is very interesting in that. In Bioshock Infinite was now into the story. I didn't really care that much about the little sisters in Bioshock. The game didn't really make me care about them other than they were little girls, but they were creepy ass little girls. So
With needles.
so like the first time through, I
Yeah,
was
but
kind of
when you see him stab and splash, it's like, yeah, that's what he fucking gets.
Yeah.
Well,
I-
yeah,
I-
but
like,
at the same
that
time
didn't-
too, it's like, okay, but she just sicked that Big Daddy on me, so I don't care about sucking all the whatever out of all the atoms.
Oh
out
no,
of
she
it.
didn't stick the Big Daddy on you. The Big Daddy's just protecting her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, because the way I was playing, I was 50-50. I was letting something go, and if I needed a
So
lot
you
of
missed out
ammo,
on both achievements.
basically.
You're a monster.
Well, I was playing on PC, but it didn't have achievements.
Oh.
Well, Games for Windows, I guess it did. I don't.
Yeah,
Whatever, it didn't matter.
Halo 2 had it.
Master race my ass.
I don't really care as far as achievements go for that game. I mean, just Elizabeth being with you the whole time,
I like
and
that.
the character development in Bioshock Infinite made me care about her, care about what was going on, care about all the stuff that she was going through.
I really don't care about her at all.
Yeah.
I got pretty far in the game.
You don't
and
give a shit about her?
I have no reason to care for her.
Why?
How far did you get?
I don't know.
She annoying?
I went to who's the
not
main
at all.
dude? The
So I
main
just didn't care
enemy
for
in
her
the
Comstock?
game.
either.
Yeah, I went to his house.
Did you fight the ghost?
I think you think I'm further ahead than I am.
Yeah.
I forgot exactly where I started. I got pretty far.
I got turned off by the whole ghost fight. I hated
I
it.
hated that fight. That fight sucked.
You fight a ghost.
You fight a ghost. Well, there's like I said, Bioshock games explain everything. There's a reason to everything. The way they connect, it connects to the original Bioshock, and the way it does, and just the reveal. I don't know how you felt about it, Boris, but I was just like, why is this happening right now? Like, what is going on? I literally flipped my shit when I saw what happened.
Yeah.
And I wish you finished it, because I'd like to hear what you think.
Yeah, the ending was good, but like
I really want to
the
finish
whole
this now.
game, like I struggled to get through it. Like as I was playing it, I was like, I just want to get to the end because everybody keeps talking about the end. But like that was the only reason I pushed through it.
Really?
It was
Like,
one
I
of those
wasn't-
games that was overhyped,
Yeah,
and that's why I disliked it when I was playing it.
yeah, that's probably
See,
what
and,
it was for me too.
and I feel like if both of you guys had played it like I played it, where I didn't watch, I watched the trailers, and that's it. I didn't buy into the hype. I was just like, it's Bioshock, I'm gonna buy it. I bought it the day it came out. I walked into Best Buy right after work. I picked it up, went home, radio silence, and I played it, and I beat it in 2 days.
Well, I was so in love with Rapture that I needed to hear what other people thought about the game to convince me to get it. I didn't,
Why? Why
I
is
didn't
that?
give a
Why,
shit
though?
about Columbia.
No.
I didn't like
Oh.
the change in location,
Okay.
so I needed someone to convince me that it was worth buying it.
So if it was still in Rapture, you wouldn't want, or you wouldn't care what other people thought.
So
Right. said.
Yeah, but I mean, Bioshock 2 was in Rapture, and that was a steaming pile of dog shit.
yeah. Well, no, but and now I mean, hearing that from you, I don't know if the ending would flip your opinion of it. So I mean, I don't know.
We'll see.
I really want you to beat it though, because I was like looking forward to talking about it and being like, spoiler, because I don't give a shit what Soto thinks.
I'd say I'd try to beat it
But
before
you
the
give a
next.
shit about me.
I'd say I'd try to beat it before the next podcast, but I won't.
No, you won't. I know you won't. It
I'm
won't.
still playing Titanfall.
I will beat Bioshock though, the original,
Yeah.
because I only got like at least I gotta say 20 more minutes.
You
probably.
have all the information you need, though. I'll tell you
So,
what.
are you? What point are you at exactly?
I
Are
just
the little
got
sisters helping you do something?
not that I know of. I know I just freed the spell or whatever, the hypnosis.
Yeah, the
Okay.
next part is very cool.
Is it?
Yes.
All right, cool.
I think I remember what you're talking about. Yes.
All right, well I'm gonna have to get on that.
Because
But
I mean, my one thing to tell, like, Bioshock Infinite, it can be long.
yeah,
My advice, and I think Boris will agree, pay attention to everything.
that's what I did with the original Bioshock when I was
Just
playing through it.
because-
Like I was trying to pay attention to just every little detail.
just because like
Just
what it's about and what it ends up being. I know a lot of people that were like, "Oh, that's bullshit. That's a stupid way of explaining it away." But at the same time, I'm like, "Yeah, but look at everything that happened throughout the game."
Yeah.
And just like the way you die and like the way you restart is explained by the ending of the game. Like it's crazy to me.
Right.
You guys want to change gears a bit? Talk
Sure.
about
Yeah, we'll talk about something I can actually talk
Something a
about.
little more
Something we
recent.
can-
What do you mean something you could actually talk about?
I can't.
You talked the entire podcast about Bioshock so far.
Well, Bioshock 1, yeah. All right, stop with the logic holes in my speech. Anyway, so I've been playing Tomb Raider.
Logicals.
Logic holes.
Yeah,
Plot
it didn't
holes?
make any sense. So there was
Plot
a logic
holes.
hole.
in his plot of logic. I'll stop.
holes like Swiss cheese.
I'm not making any sense.
What are we
right
talking
now.
about?
Bioshock. No more Bioshock. No, Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider.
Tomb
So,
Raider anniversary.
we got it for free, PlayStation Plus for March. It's Tomb Raider.
Man, you guys.
So I downloaded it. I don't know. Did you download it?
I bought it last year.
Oh, you had it already, right?
And then
Okay.
I got the definitive edition for
Oh,
the
for the
PS4.
PS4.
Yeah, didn't you see the video that traumatized us all? It was like, why does she keep dying?
Oh,
There's got to
man.
be something else to this video.
I only
She
died
keeps
once, and I fell in a cliff and died, and that was awesome. And you guys haven't played it yet?
No, I haven't.
No?
I've
I'm
only
not
seen
a
the
Tomb
video.
Raider fan.
It's okay. Here's the thing. I don't know if I can ever convince you to play a game you don't want to play.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Sorry, you can talk to me.
You still have a PS3?
I can be convinced.
You still have a PS3,
I
right?
do.
Why do you not have PlayStation Plus?
Why? Because I'm playing on the Xbox One, and it's very rare for me to play on the PlayStation 3. The only time I ever play on the PlayStation 3 is when there's an Uncharted game, Last of Us, Metal Gear.
So the fact that Bioshock Infinite, well, no, you can't anymore.
It has to be a PlayStation exclusive for him.
Most likely,
the
yeah,
fact
it has to
that-
be exclusive.
That you can download Tomb Raider right now and play it
I could.
if you just
For
bought 1 month.
Wait, so if I get PlayStation Plus right now, can I get Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Would you look at that?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And
Just look at
whatever else is there, which is probably like a back
Tomb
catalog of
Raider.
a couple weeks.
What was the
Yeah.
other one? Binary Domain is one of them, and there's a couple games you can get for free right now. But back to Tomb Raider. So my wife doesn't play games that much. I mean, she likes to play Mario and like old school games with me. But I started playing Tomb Raider in front of her. Like I started it because she was like great doing report cards,
Mm-hmm.
and she was on her laptop, and she like stopped what she was doing, closed her laptop, and started watching it. She's like, "This is awesome." And I'm playing through the game, and she's getting into the story. And I'm getting into it too. I'm like, why is this game? To Sean's point, Tomb Raider, that game should not be as good as it really is. I didn't think it was that good, but I got like sucked into it
Yeah,
to
hooked.
the point where me and my wife did not want to stop. She didn't want to stop watching me, and she doesn't watch me play games at all ever.
Yeah.
It annoys her when I play games in front of her. She's like, I don't want to see this crap.
So it's a really good game.
It's really good. Like the
Story,
story's
the
really
pace.
engaging. There is some BS to it, but I mean it's a video game,
right.
you know. But it controls really well. It's super fun. The combat is crazy. Like just like shooting an
stuff she
arrow through a
does,
dude's
right?
face is freaking great.
Because that's when the game is like a prequel. It's like the original Tomb Raider. This is how she
It's
learned how
the
to do her thing.
10th reboot of Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So it's a completely like origin story of Lara Croft, how she became an actual Tomb Raider, and blah blah blah.
Mm.
I mean,
She becomes a badass basically in this game.
yeah, but it's cool because a lot of the ways she reacts to the things she has to do, she's never done any of this stuff before.
Right.
She's never killed anyone before. She's never had to fight off wolves before. She's
So
never
literally
gotten
the
stabbed
first.
by rebar after falling down a
did
cliff.
she have training before this? I mean, 'cause
She's trained, yeah. She's trained, and like throughout the game, there's little cool elements to it. So like throughout the game, you'll hear her teacher talking to her, like she's remembering what he said to do in this
okay,
situation.
alright.
Or there'll be a point where like the save system, I don't know, well, auto saves just like everything else nowadays. But when you get to the campfire, so campfire is the way you upgrade,
Yeah.
and that's how you fast travel. You can fast travel between all the campfires.
Oh, so it's open world.
No.
No. It's very.
It's linear. It's linear, like it's a linear
you can
map.
go back.
But you go back
Oh, okay.
to do extra stuff.
To collect
collectibles.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of collectibles
But-
after.
You don't have to. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not.
You get it gives you the points for to upgrade.
To upgrade your weapons and stuff, like
Yeah.
bows and arrows. Like, what type? Does she have guns? At
Yes.
least?
Yeah.
Her
You have guns.
dualies?
No,
No dualies.
I'm
Yeah,
guessing
just-
probably just a mag revolver.
no.
Really?
No, it's just regular handgun. I don't know what kind of handgun it is.
Oh, all right.
Bow and
Have you
arrow.
ever
It's a
seen
45.
Lara Croft use a revolver?
But I'm guessing that's probably what it was because it seems like it's more of a survival game.
No,
Just
it's not.
judging off the
It is,
videos and stuff
I
I've seen,
guess.
it's basically her just surviving the island.
It's still Tomb Raider. So if you played any other Tomb Raider games, it's still like that. It's not really. I
So
mean,
it's like platforming, you know, you're jumping through stuff.
It's a little platforming. There is some platforming parts. It's Uncharted.
It's very Uncharted.
It's
I love
Uncharted.
Uncharted. That
It's
Uncharted
Uncharted.
series
It
is
is.
amazing.
I'll put it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best way to put it. It's like Tomb Raider doing Uncharted. Which
When
is
I was
weird.
playing Uncharted, that's what they compared it to Tomb Raider.
Yeah, well,
And it's funny now that we're
when you
comparing
play
it
Tomb
to
Raider, it's
the
Uncharted.
Actually, what was the commercial? It was a Sony commercial. I don't remember if it was for Uncharted 2 or 3, but how you were talking about how your wife was watching you play. That's how they explain that game. It's like a movie. And the guy's sitting there and he comes in, he's like, I've been playing this game for 9 hours. My girlfriend thinks it's a movie.
Yeah, I think that was in
Tomb Raider.
Uncharted 2.
I think it was Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
And then the girlfriend walks in and he's like, you ready, honey? And he's like, I don't think you should have any problems with her.
Yeah,
No, but,
Uncharted did play out like a movie.
Yeah, it did. But with Tomb Raider, one of the cool things about it is when you get to a new campfire, she'll start talking, and if you listen to it, she's
talking to
writing
herself?
down. She's not talking to herself. She's writing down a journal.
Oh, okay.
So it's her explaining what's going on and what's happening in story-wise.
So that's like a little bonus extra?
Yeah, it's like a little extra if you want to listen to
That's
it, but you
cool.
don't have to. You just,
Now,
Dear Diary, today I got rabies from a wolf.
today I
I'm
almost
gonna
got
die soon.
today I almost got raped by a crazy German dude. Which
Why does he have to be German?
Because they're from World War II.
What?
They're Nazis?
Yes.
Interesting.
How old are these guys?
it's like Indiana Jones all over again.
So does this game take place in the 40s, 50s?
No, it takes place in current time. Basically, what's going on? You're stranded on an island
No, that doesn't.
south of Japan.
Mm-hmm.
That has been kind of hidden since World War II. So you see a lot of World War II era equipment, airplanes, but there's all more recent stuff. So what's going on is people that have stranded there have stayed.
Bermuda.
So Nazis that have stayed below Japan.
They're not Nazis, but it's like a cult that started with the Nazis.
Oh, like skinheads.
Okay.
Yes, he's not getting
And basically what happens is when people crash land there, they either kill them or they recruit them. So there's people that speak German, there's people that speak Japanese, there's all different kinds of people there. But they're
crazy motherfuckers.
they're crazy because they've been brainwashed because it's a cult.
Okay.
But they have World War II sensibilities because the guy that's a leader is a super old dude that he's not from World War II, but his
From that
leader was
generation,
from-
I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
So that explains why. But there's still some supernatural shit that kind of like what the really, but
Indiana Jones.
Like Uncharted.
like Uncharted, like exactly, like
Where it's
Uncharted.
like
offered-
normal, supernatural.
Yeah, dude, I was a little tripped out about that in Uncharted when you get to that certain point where I don't know if you guys want to segue to
One or two.
2. I never played 1. I was.
You never played one?
Oh, I played
1,
that.
2,
I-
and 3.
all
kinda
of
did.
them.
Well,
I never
the third
finished
one,
three.
not so much,
Two's the
but-
best one in my
2, I
opinion.
love 2 the most. 3 was good. I liked it a lot, but 2 is still my favorite.
Well, 2 is the part where it's
2 is my favorite.
It's Nepal, and the guys aren't brainwashed, but they're painted blue.
They're not painted
or
blue. They are.
or they
blue.
are blue. So you think they're Yetis, but it's like no, they're just.
Well, they were
They're
wearing
humans
Yeti
jacked
suits.
up.
They were
Yeah.
wearing Yeti suits.
Yeah,
To scare
yeah.
off the locals,
The locals.
because they were in this part of the world where
It's
it
like
was like
paradise.
Was
or
it
something.
Scooby Doo?
Basically,
kind of yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Except they were trying to kill you, so
Are
you
you
got to kill
serious?
them, but you couldn't really kill them because
It
they
wasn't-
were
it
almost
wasn't-
invincible.
They weren't protect. It wasn't the Fountain of Youth. They were protecting.
It was a fun
Shangri-La.
Shangri-La,
Which
yeah.
is the fountain
Of
of
you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
backtrack there. I'm gonna cut that part where you said it wasn't funny.
So yeah.
So you don't.
But yeah, they're
Do a
protecting.
soundbite right now. It was the Fountain of Youth.
Fountain of Youth.
But yeah, they're protecting it because you're going through Nepal and it's all these ice-capped mountains and everything, and then eventually I think it's just a huge door. You open it and it's just paradise in the inside of a mountain. So
And at that point in the game, I thought it was over.
No.
Like at that point, I thought the game was over because right before that, I think you were pretty much dead.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
You were basically
You
dead.
came
Yeah.
back to life. You're like, what the hell?
Exactly.
But I see at that point I knew it wasn't over because of all the fucking movies I've watched. And anytime you see something like that, it's like no. The evil guys, yeah, they're still around somewhere. So you know they're gonna fucking come back and have your fucking gun to your back and like,
Yeah.
okay, Mr. Bond, open the safe. It's like,
That's why.
Fuck, man.
That's why
Okay,
I was
fine.
ready to be pissed off and like throw my controller, but I was so happy that it kept going.
yeah,
I was so happy. That was one of the games that I decided not to play through all night because I wanted to savor it. I wanted it to last longer throughout the week and throughout the month. I don't know. I'm just weird like that because I wanted the story to just last. I mean, I could have finished it in like maybe a couple days, 2-3 days tops, but I made that thing last like a good 3 weeks.
I'd probably say if that's one game the games I'd go back to play, Uncharted the entire series.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't play the first one.
Which
don't
which
bother.
it's yeah.
Stupid grenade throwing bullshit.
Oh, yeah, with the tilt axis. Oh, that's horrible.
When the PS3 first came out, that was the big thing, the Axis controller.
Oh my god.
You guys remember Warhawk?
Yeah.
That was the way you flew in the game because you
Oh, yeah.
tilted and shit your
I was like,
remote.
what is this, a Wii?
But they were thinking of me.
They were
when
trying to
made
cash in
game,
on that.
'cause when I play, it's like, oh god, start going crazy.
No, seriously, they were trying to cash on that whole Wii stuff because
And then they
that
came
was
out
big
with
money.
And then they came out with PlayStation Move, and look how badly that failed.
I have
too.
one. Let's not talk about the PlayStation.
You have a PlayStation Move.
I bought Resistance 3 with it because I wanted to play Resistance 3 with the gun and that shit.
It came with a
hurt.
gun?
Yeah.
How did it work out for you?
Horrible.
Yeah, it was
Was it?
because I remember it was the navigation.
The navigation.
The nunchuck was $20. The one with the ball on top of it was $50, and then to put in this like gun contraption, the gun contraption was $40, plus the whole move package to start out with. So to get all that with Killzone, you basically had to buy $300 worth of
So
shit.
instead, you get
in
the
a-
Resistance 3 bundle, and it was like $80. I was like, all right, cool.
Just give me the Resistance
But yeah,
bundle.
but then you do that, and like you try to put this gun into your shoulder, and it's hard plastic. It's not comfortable, and it's meant to play if you're an adult or a kid, but it's more kid size. So you're pretending like it's like you have to have raptor arms to play this because otherwise like you're kind of squashed up.
So it's not very enjoyable. This is what I'm trying to get.
Absolutely not.
You guys did not
I
have
didn't
fun.
finish
PlayStation
Resistance.
Move, no, not at all.
And then on top of that, Resistance 3 wasn't the greatest.
I didn't even get Resistance 3. I liked 2. I didn't finish it. I thought it was good. Multiplayer. But I didn't finish it.
Resistance, if we're going to kind of stay on the subject of Sony, Resistance, I played the first one. I just wasn't
Meh.
impressed with it.
If we're gonna stay on the subject of Sony, I'll just leave right now.
We're not.
Well, no, I was going to
Trust me,
say
we're not.
the only other one. Yeah.
I was going to segue back into DayZ because we have a very interesting and funny story. That
Oh
happened to
yeah.
us.
Well, do you want to jump into that now?
You guys want to segue? Yeah, let's play some DayZ.
Okay, let's go into DayZ. So, me and Johnny, Johnny's trying to show Johnny and I apologize. Johnny's trying to show me this little town like way the fuck up north along the coast. So we're getting to this town. We're looking around and stuff, and we're finding a lot of loot. There's a police station. There's a church. There's a hospital. It's just like in every building, there's something bigger and better.
Even before that, actually, we're running down the coast. We're like, I think we were by Berezino, by the north side. We're running up, and there's this big ship. Remember, there's that ship.
Oh yeah,
I hate that ship.
So that ship, we were there because I think the couple nights before that, me and you were there, and we met up with Soto at that
You
ship.
and I.
Whatever. And you died. How did you die, Sean?
I don't even remember. I repressed it. It was so awful.
Okay, so
walk
I
down
remember.
the stairs?
I climbed to the second floor, and you're walking on this like catwalk in the ship's hull. That's obviously high enough where if you fall off, you're gonna die. So I'm walking. I get to the part where it looks like it's broken, and I stop, like 10 feet away. But my guy keeps moving and sliding, and I'm like yelling, like no! And it just goes right to the edge and falls off. Like this
Meanwhile-
fucking bullshit.
Dude, I was on the other side while he's screaming his lungs out. I was like, no! Sean, what happened? What's going on? I fucking died. That's what happened. I'm fucking dead.
And then I'm sitting there, and I show up, and I'm like, "Where's?" There's Sean's body. It's just like perfectly laying exactly
'Cause
where I can see it.
It's this big cargo ship, and it's split right down the middle.
And right in that split is exactly where he fell through.
So anyway, we were there, and we looted up there. I think I found a Mosin in there.
You found a Mosin. I found a mag, but I didn't have ammo for it. Besides that, it was like a hat and I think a wrench.
And then we kept going up north to this town. I forget what it's called. It's the northernmost town. I think it's my favorite town. It has the most loot there. There's like a hospital. There's a market. Police station was the biggest one. Police station. We found some guns there.
Yeah, there's even in behind the police station, just kind of off to the left of it. There are these 3 garage doors, and normally if you kind of just run by this, you would never think of it. But parked outside is a broken down military truck. So the one time I was thinking of like, you know what, might as well flip them open. Each and every one after that, it's like first one I found a shotgun, then I found a 45, then I found a Mosin, or it's like that military backpack, freaking canteen. Each and every section just got sweeter as you went along, and then it's also got this like 1-story triage. I swear to God, it looks like an insane asylum because a couple of the doors are actually padded. So I was like,
so
I don't know if I want to be here.
So basically, I mean, we were in that town and we loaded up to the teeth. Like, we were so full of just stuff.
We were armed to the teeth.
And then, it was getting late and I told Soda, I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to get off. And then, so I get off and then he's like, I'm going to just loot around for a little bit more. And then he says he finds some ammo for because I had an SKS. I was like, you know what, let me log back in and I'll get that ammo from you. And then we all meet up, and then I guess he decided to get off too, and we're all in the police station.
We're all in one room. We're opposite corners of each other. And I'm like, all right, I'll see you later. And I logged off, and he said my character was still in the room with him. So of course he's like, funny, whatever. He shoots me. My character dies. I log in.
Let me tell it. So I'm in the room. Soto's gone. I'm like. So I ask him, so you left, right? You're gone? He's like, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm gone. I'm logging off. I'm like, that's funny. Your character's still here. Shoot him right in the head. And then he fucking falls down on the ground. And then I'm looking through his body. I'm like looting him. Like, huh? This is weird. This is weird. Usually I can't loot a dead person's body if they logged off. Huh?
And so
I'm taking all these other shit.
And then no. The best part is the next day I have the day off, so I was like, you know what? Let's loot around the town a little bit, find some ammo for my gun. I log in, I'm in Berezino. The next thing I do is I just text Johnny. I'm like, I fucking hate you.
Dude, we were in there for like a good 2 hours just stocking up on the loot.
I literally said that. I was like, that's an entire night of fucking playing DayZ wasted.
And I got all the loot.
Did we ever tell the story about the burlap sack?
Oh, I don't think we did.
Soto's face?
No.
Oh.
So,
why don't you tell it?
We were checking out this military base, or was it the western, middle west?
It's the one that's like surrounded by forest.
Yeah, and so we're checking it out. Soto's climbing stairs or ladder or something, falls off the roof.
Yeah, I was climbing stairs. It's like I'm getting no. Well, it happened to Sean the night before where he was climbing a ladder or he was climbing stairs in an apartment building, and then all of a sudden on his screen pops up, "You are dead."
Yeah, stairs do not fuck around in that game.
Yeah. So either way, I'm sitting there and I'm climbing. It's a hospital in this it's a medical station in this base, and I'm climbing up the stairs and I'm climbing. And all of a sudden, boop! You are dead. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, and I'm pissed.
So I'm nearby. I hear that he's dead. I go look around, and I find his corpse. He's just laying on the ground, motionless, dead. And for some reason, I had a burlap sack in my hands. And at this point, he's already he's about ready to respawn. And the timing worked out perfectly because I figured out you could put a burlap sack on somebody's corpse. And I thought it was just going to be funny. Like, oh, look, his corpse is there with a burlap sack on it. And then all of a sudden I hear someone like, I can't see. What the fuck? My screen just went black.
Hey, and worst timing, too, because I end up spawning. There's another fresh spawn there with me. I'm talking to him, whatever. And all of a sudden I see another fresh spawn running. He's got like 10 zombies behind him. So I'm like, oh shit. So I start running. And all of a sudden the screen goes black. I'm like, oh god, I can't see. I don't know where I'm going. I eventually died. I eventually died and respawned. And when I respawned, I still had the burlap sack on my fucking head.
And at this point, when he said my screen went black, I'm like, oh man, that's a bug. That sucks. So I take off the burlap sack, and he's like, yeah, I still can't see. I'm like, well, I did everything I could do.
We kept shooting him too.
I seriously looked. I was like, fuck it. I'm off. I'm out. And then I freaking log in the next day. I was like, why am I in the middle of oh, fucking Sean. That's right.
I didn't know you were getting chased by zombies because because you were talking to those random dudes, and we could hear you. And it just sounded like you were having a casual conversation. You're like, hey guys, yeah, I can't see anything.
Well, that's the thing. I couldn't.
You were trying to tell them what was going on.
I couldn't because the only thing I could hear in my headset was like the guy running in front of me. I'm like, okay, if he's running that way, I should be safe.
Wow. Yeah, that's one of those
that
days.
would have been a sight to see.
Wow.
Just look at a field, see one random guy running with another guy in a burlap sack on his head, running behind him.
Oh my god, I gotta get back on that.
The only thing I can say about DayZ is I'm still poisoned.
Are you?
I haven't died
No,
yet.
dude,
I've been locked in.
You'll be fine.
You just gotta eat, man. He poisoned me
Twice.
yeah, asshole.
I got you,
Shows you who
and then
your
I tried
real
to get
friends
him,
are.
and I tried to get Soto, but Soto died of... Actually, I killed Soda with a shovel before the poison took effect.
Are you guys
Oh.
recording
That's
anything about
after I
these?
shot him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we got some.
I gotta
recordings.
give you that video, but it's like 5 gigs. I'm still trying to.
Yeah, there's some
Not
stuff
as
that,
big.
we've been recording. I think the last time we played, we ended up with some local friendlies.
Yeah,
They were a little weird.
Yeah, no, we have to talk about this because
There were some chicks that we were playing with.
yeah, and
Were they hot?
Their character model was,
Skinny? Good looking?
had a gun and a mask on. So
Oh, freaky.
yeah.
yeah, doesn't even begin to describe it.
Did they
So-
have pants on?
They
Should've
did.
taken off their
I
pants.
was going to, but they had friends with them that had guns.
Yes, yes.
So
And so Johnny, we're sitting there talking. We were hanging out. I think this was the midnight of Titanfall. We're talking back and forth about the experimental servers on DayZ. Which, if you don't know what that is, instead of the standard servers where the stuff that they've released, so the Mosin and all this other stuff, the experimental is stuff that they're thinking about releasing and kind of working out the bugs with. So, for example, like a 22 rifle and pistol.
there's 1911s in there.
There's 1911s in there.
Yeah.
There's different. There's more hats and
Dude,
masks.
I was
and-
looking dapper.
Oh yeah. So you know the cabbie hats, like the old 20s cabbie hats. Yeah, he had that. He had a wool like 3/4 length coat on that was red to match his red hat.
Oh, dude, I was looking like fucking Sean Connery.
He looked like somebody
Untouchables.
that was walking around in England in the 20s for sure.
Sounds kinky.
With a shotgun.
So either way, he tells me.
Just like Sean Connery in The Untouchables.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I kept saying that all night.
This was actually the second night when I couldn't freaking log into Xbox Live, and Johnny's like, "You want to play DayZ?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck it. I need to play something." So I log in, and I'm sitting there. He's like, "Where are you?" I was like, "I'm in Berezino." Half the time, I can't understand if he's talking to me.
Wait.
Oh.
You said this was the night of the midnight?
After.
launch?
No, we were talking about
second day.
experimental on the night of the midnight.
Yeah.
Because me and him
The
couldn't.
night
play
of the
that
midnight launch, we were talking about experimental servers, and then the next day when I couldn't log in because Xbox Live was down.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep laughing.
I was gonna say, how are you playing DayZ if Comcast was
No,
up?
Comcast was up, but my Xbox Live was down.
The next day, his Xbox Live. Yeah.
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 So then,
Went to
so
shit.
we're playing, and half the time we're playing Axon, or we're using Axon to chat with each other. Half the time I can't tell because I'm like, Johnny, what'd you say? He's like, oh no, I'm talking to these people. I was like, who
So I was
are
talking to two
these
bitches.
people?
I was talking to these bitches. There was two
Yeah.
of them. I was like, I was in awe. I was like, I've never thought I would encounter a girl in DayZ, let alone two girls in DayZ. All right. And she's
Actual
like,
girls, like the players were girls, not just the character.
No, it
models?
was an actual girl. Like I was talking to her, like her voice is it was a girl, and she was like, I'm gonna meet up with my friends. Do you want to come with me? I was like, yeah, why not? Fuck Soto.
Yeah. And then he's sitting there, and every once in a while, you can tell when he was back in the chat, he's like, Soto, where are you at? It's like, why are you whispering? They can't hear you.
I know.
But then I'm sitting there.
Jeez.
Well, and then they're talking about like he's like, oh yeah, you've got this, you've got that. He's talking about all the guns and all the weapons they have. I'm like, hey Johnny, you should probably mention you have a friend coming to meet you, so they don't shoot me
Oh
on
my god,
fucking
did they
site.
shoot you?
Luckily
I
they
wish.
didn't.
Oh, that
No,
would've
because
been
they're
awesome.
like, because they asked like, well, what is he wearing? And I told them like, well, I had to take my rags to bandage myself up. I'm like, I have.
In a burlap sack.
Oh yeah. Well, I told him like I have a hat and a wrench. So the girl comes up and we all meet and I'm starving. The girl actually was nice enough. She's feeding me. Like she's like
Yeah,
here's
she was
this.
cool.
She's like the whole group was cool.
Wow.
And then
They were
she's
really
sitting
nice.
there. She's like it's like oh what's your name? I'm like oh Soda. She's like no you're wrench guy. And I'm like
Wrench gun.
yeah. And then she comes up with a jingle. She's like wrench guy wrench. I'm like who?
Yeah,
Wow.
dude.
Johnny, where the fuck did you meet this chick?
I don't know, dude. On the outskirts of Berezino, just hanging out.
All the crazies hang out there apparently.
Yeah, but no, I mean, we had a pretty good experience. It was actually refreshing to meet. I think it was like we were with like a group of 5 people.
Yeah, so it was 7 of us running town
Yeah.
to town,
We were just
looting
hanging out.
all that other stuff,
Looting
hanging
stuff,
out.
you
It
know.
was a lot of
I was
fun.
surprised they trusted you guys.
Well,
We didn't have any guns.
When I first met them, I just spawned in Berezino, and at first I encountered this other fresh spawn. It was like an Asian dude. It's like, hey, what's up, dude? What's going on? You friendly? He didn't have shit. I didn't have shit. And we were looting the shit, and then I'm going out to the outskirts, and then I see this other fresh spawn, and it was a chick, and I started talking to her, like, because we didn't have anything. And then that's when she's like, we started looting other houses, and she's like, I've got some friends I'm going to meet up. Do you want to hang out or whatever? It's like, yeah, whatever.
But
I wonder, like, the whole you guys interact and then somebody pops a question, are you friendly? I wonder if anyone ever just says no. I'm gonna kill you the first chance I get.
No, fuck you. You have 10
Good
seconds.
idea.
Are you
Well,
friendly?
you know,
I'd like to see what the other person does.
Yeah.
Like, just stand there right next to them all casual. No, I'm gonna kill you as soon as I can.
Well, here,
That's what happened to me after that. When you logged off,
Yeah.
I made my way down the coast. Or actually, no, because we were by Electro. And then I made my way back up to the coast because I was going to go to that town that where I killed you. So I was going to make my way up there. And then I'm by the big construction yard next to Berezino. I'm by the tree line. I'm getting out of the tree line. And before I get out of the tree line, I see these 3 dudes. I can hear them talking. I can hear them. And one of them's got a gun. And they're like, I don't know what. I thought it was the group that we were with because we ended up separating. I thought it was them, so I was gonna go up to them and talk, and then I realized, oh shit, that's not them. And I'm like,
Wander up to the, hey guys.
dude, I was frozen. They didn't see me. They walked past, and they didn't see me. But I saw the one guy with the M4 went into the tree line on the right, and I'm like, huh, he's probably just separated from the other guys. And I'm still like, I don't know why. I'm still standing still, not doing anything. Maybe because I was tired. I was just literally just standing still, not like I should probably move. And then when I decided to move,
pop up.
before I could say I'm friendly, no, you were dead.
Okay, good. I'm glad somebody died in that story because I was starting to get upset.
No,
I totally
well,
died.
you know what?
Lost
There
everything.
was even the one point, and the reason I realized this is because I'm sitting there. I've ran around by myself or with you guys, and like the attraction of zombies that come in, yeah, it's a good amount. But when we were running around with 7, it seemed like every time we jumped into a new town, there were like 30 zombies
One
swarming
of the
us.
I noticed that too.
Yeah. So if it's a bigger group, they're swarming like there's no tomorrow.
One of us got killed because of that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was the one guy who's down. You bandaged him or defibbed him or something,
No,
and then
he
he
died,
came back.
dude.
Oh wait, oh yeah,
He died.
Well, this is the guy. So we felt bad because we're traveling with these people and stuff, and all of a sudden this guy, his character is like waist deep, looks like in the concrete, but his character model is up, arms out, full
Crucified.
span, like he's crucified, but he's stuck in the ground, and I'm like, I feel really bad for the guy. Let's loot him. Because him and his other friends like took off, so we're like, oh, okay. And Johnny's like, fuck it, they took off, like free. So we're fire axe, all this other stuff. Worst part is we go to run to meet. So we're like, fuck it, they ditched us. We're just gonna keep going. They run back like, hey, did you see where my friend died? Yeah, we did.
He's over here.
Well, and then we're sitting there. I was like, Johnny, yeah. If she realizes we have his stuff, yeah, she's dying.
no. This asshole throughout the whole night, he's like every like
Oh
2
my
seconds,
God,
he's like, dude, we should. They don't know that I have this gun. Do you want to kill him?
He's like, no, let's see how it goes. And then like I felt really bad because I got injured.
You make him sound like the devil on your shoulder, like, hey, let's kill him.
No,
We're just
kind
gonna
of
get away with it. Let's kill him.
But like, I got injured. I was down by a zombie. The girl that he met bandaged me up. Like, oh, you need food? Here's water. Like, totally like Mary. He's like, do you want to kill her now? I was like, well, she can live. We have handcuffs.
We have handcuffs.
I just feel like Soto's playing the game right. I don't know.
It's
He
one of
kept
those.
wanting to kill all of them.
You know what's wrong with society.
Not only that, it's one of those things. Like every once in a while that we're running, and she's like, so who's making the sacrifice tonight? I was like, say what? What's going on? And then
that's one of the other guys.
No, that was her too. Because
Was
a couple times I'm looking back, like I'm just like, oh well, it's me, it's the girl, Johnny, me, and all her other friends are behind us. And I was like, okay. And I turn around the one time, and the guy's got his gun drawn, and then it goes down. I was like,
I don't trust these guys.
And I was like, I don't trust these guys. I was like, fuck this, Johnny. I want out.
I kept telling him to push down the chamber of the bullet.
But that's what I did. Well, that's the worst part. This 22, without finding any kind of magazine, it's a single shot.
Where were you hiding it? They couldn't.
It was on my back, but they didn't know I
That's
had
what
ammo.
No. That's what I told him. I was like, dude,
okay.
how are you gonna hide it? It's on your back. They can see it.
But they didn't know I had ammo for it.
Well,
'Cause
that's
that was,
probably why he had his gun on you, in case you did anything fishy.
well, whatever. But so either way, I'm like, oh shit, like me and Johnny are getting trapped by zombies. Like, cool, pull out my 22. Pop. He's still coming at me. Reload. Pop.
It's a 22, Soto.
I know. Even with a headshot, though, it took 2 shots to kill him. I was like, no, die. And then there's like a line, and then I look behind him, there's another line. It's like, well, if they stay in a straight line, I might be able to pull it off.
It's a 22, Soto.
Yeah. Didn't you go shooting with us?
22
Yeah, I
don't
know.
work like that.
Tom brought his 22, and it's like a BB gun.
It's
Yeah,
stinky.
it is.
It's stinky.
It's quiet. It's stupid quiet, but yeah, it's...
Because it uses air instead of actual gunpowder.
Actually, there was another character running around. It was somebody that we didn't know, And so I'm sitting there, and pop, pop. The guy just comes in with a fire axe, cuts him. I was like,
Knock that off.
the fuck?
Knock it off. so shifting gear a little bit. We've been talking a lot about DayZ. Boris, what's going on, man? I haven't heard much from you. This is your cherry
This is
poppin'
Boris's first podcast.
Well,
cherry
we've,
poppin'
uh,
event, and I hear nothing. What's
We
going on,
haven't
bro?
really been talking about. Well, you talked about PC. I don't have any games for PC because my computer sucks.
That's fine, whatever. What's going on with you, man?
Not much.
I know you were playing some Titanfall.
Yeah, I was playing Titanfall. I liked it. It was okay. But I'm more excited about Infamous Second Son.
I was just gonna say, you and Jose got a boner for that
man.
game. What's going on here? When does it come out? Friday?
Friday.
I
Friday.
can't get it though.
Why does it come out Friday?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even think the developers. I've heard interviews with the developers. They're like, we don't know why it's coming out Friday. It's just
They don't even know.
Sony wanted to put it out on Friday. I don't know.
They
That's
put
cool.
out
I
The
mean,
Last of Us on Friday too.
I think the reason why though, thinking about it, is because Ground Zeroes comes out Tuesday.
Is that this Tuesday?
That's this Tuesday.
Oh, no
So
shit.
they don't want to compete directly with Ground Zeroes.
That would make sense.
So
Who's picking up Ground Zeroes?
I'm gonna download it.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm being really frugal because I'm going on vacation next week, so I don't really want to spend that much money.
Makes sense.
I'm
Where are you
only
going?
Puerto Rico. Going back home, see my parents.
How long are you going for?
A week.
Whole week, huh?
So no PS. Well, I'm taking my Vita, so I could remote play, but my parents' internet isn't the
I love
greatest.
the remote play.
Mm.
Remote play is awesome.
So either way, Infamous Second Son is the third installment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
And I played the first one. I loved it. The second one, I don't think I had the time. Another game had come out at the time, but then it was in New Orleans and stuff, and I really liked that. And they even, House of the Rising Sun was the promo song, and I was like, oh man, this has got to be a good game.
Yeah, that's a good.
But I played a little bit of the second one, is mostly because we had one in the store and I was just sitting there playing it. It's like, sir, can you help me? Yeah, you want that stuff over there. Great. But so what's the storyline?
Yeah, what's so cool about it? What's so cool about
what's
the third
the
one?
background?
Why are you guys so
They
bonered
haven't
up
said
about
that
it?
much, but I don't know. Like, it just
Well,
looks
I mean,
amazing.
the first two Infamous games, in Infamous 1, you play as, what's his name, Cole McGrath, I
Yep.
think.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a bike messenger. He delivers a package. The package is a bomb, and it explodes, but it doesn't kill him. It destroys half the city. In the first game, you're in the city that's supposed to be New York.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Empire City.
Empire City. And it, like I said, it blows up half the city. But it doesn't kill Cole. It kills everyone else, but it doesn't kill Cole.
Basically, since you were at the epicenter when the explosion went off, it mutated your body, but everybody else around you basically died.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how bombs work, right?
Yeah.
No. Well,
That makes perfect
it's
sense.
not a bomb.
You just said it was a bomb.
It acted like a bomb.
It was like a
It's
chemical explosion.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to say it that
I don't
way.
even remember what it was
So
called.
it killed
but-
everyone but this
Cole.
Him.
Cole.
Well, no, actually, it didn't. In Infamous 2, you find out it didn't. But in Infamous 1, that's the whole premise, is that Cole is now seen as public enemy number one. He detonated this bomb. They think he did it on purpose. They call him a terrorist.
Oh.
But now he has these powers,
Mm-hmm.
and he has powers over electricity. So he's basically a superhero.
He's like Static Shock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except, like, he uses his powers like you would a gun. So, like, there's a pistol where you shoot, like,
Really?
yeah. You shoot lightning, like, one like, a
There's-
whole pistol.
You can shoot like a
semi-automatic.
wave.
You shoot a
Um,
wave
guy-
to blow people, like, to
Well, I
shoot
like
people away
the
from
Static
you.
Shock does that.
Yeah. You have, like, a machine gun type of electricity attack where you just shoot a lot of electricity at once.
But
The
What-
grenades, the aerial.
right.
Yeah.
Is it like the
aerial
Force
person one.
with Dooku?
No.
No. But but here's the thing: the difference between like something like Static Shock and Infamous is Infamous. You got to choose whether you were good or bad.
Oh, it has that
So you got
morality.
yeah.
And it morphs your powers based on if you're good or bad. So,
So
If-
like I know at least with your bad, like the explosions, they're bigger, they're badder. But one thing, if you're good with the explosions, if you throw a grenade and there's someone laying on the ground when the grenade goes off, it basically locks them on the ground.
so basically, good is so the way they kind of
Balance
explain the balance, the evil and good powers. The good powers are just to disable people. The bad powers are to kill them.
Ah,
So,
okay. It's like Batman.
Exactly. So, like, if you're evil,
Batman doesn't kill.
Right.
that's
He's
what
killed
saying.
before.
Batman.
Batman-
Depends.
Good Batman doesn't kill. Black Lantern Batman does.
Batman has killed though. He has killed.
Okay, he's
There are in comics. He has killed.
Please, can we
Yeah.
not talk about
So-
Batman?
We're not going to.
Alright,
Back to, sorry.
So
Infamous.
basically,
Sorry,
it's a
everybody.
superhero video
Stop.
game. You get to pick how you want the story to go through. And then you figure out the whole plot, whatever. So Infamous 2, you find out that there's more people like you.
More mutations.
Yeah, I forget what they call them.
Conduits.
Conduits. They call them conduits. So they have a special genetic code that instead of dying, they get these powers.
I want to be a superhero.
So same thing in Infamous 2, but in Infamous 2 they figure out there's this bad company thing that figure out how to augment powers and create conduits. So there's one girl who's evil, she has fire. There's another girl that's good that has ice. So depending on what you decide to go with, you get ice powers or you get fire powers, but you still have electricity.
Interesting.
So it's really cool because it's like I would describe it as kind of Batman Arkham City in how you traverse, because it's open world, it's an open world game, and how you traverse the city, you use your powers, but he does parkour, so you can climb up a building.
Like it's nothing.
But then he can also hover because he uses electromagnetic fields to
like
help
Magneto.
him fly, basically. Like Magneto, exactly.
And you can grind power lines and go for the
Yeah.
And the cool thing is like your power isn't unlimited. Like you can run out of ammo basically, but in order to get ammo, you can suck energy from anything.
street
that has
lights, car
electricity.
Street lights and
batteries.
stuff.
People, you can actually suck the life out of people.
Well, we're a running battery.
Yeah. Not to give too much away. So that's kind of the premise of the first two. The third one is a completely different character. Basically, in the first one of the endings, the main character dies. He sacrifices himself to save humanity. And according to the end of the game, technically, he eliminates, by making that choice, he eliminates majority of the conduits in the planet. Supposedly kills most of them. And the second son, all we know is that you play as a conduit, but he's a special conduit who can suck the powers out of other conduits. So the powers that they've showed so far, he doesn't have electricity yet. I don't know if he gets it, but right now they're showing the power of smoke. So he can and neon. So with smoke, he can turn into a cloud of smoke and go inside a vent and shoot out the top. He can shoot ash at people, like blind them or burn them.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen so much of the neon powers. I don't know what that does.
It kind of turns you into like the Flash, where you're just like running up the walls and like
you get to go really fast.
Yeah, you get to move really fast.
That's cool.
But the smoke is more for like melee combat, like up close, and then the neon powers are more like farther away.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, and it takes place in Seattle, actual Seattle, Space Needle and everything. The reason why I'm excited about, Batman Arkham City, when that came out, that was like my favorite game for a good year and a half before Bioshock Infinite came out.
You like that over Asylum?
Yeah.
Really?
I got
Arkham
so
City?
bored with that game.
I 100% of
love
that
City.
game. I could not get enough of it.
Yeah.
Sean, what was your biggest beef with that game?
It felt too much like Arkham Asylum. It didn't. I didn't feel like we got enough new content. They just changed the location. The enemies were different.
Gave
Like
more
the main
storyline.
bosses.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't interested in it. I really liked Arkham Asylum. I thought it was really cool. And then I've played too many games where the first one I really like and the second one is just a little bit more of the first game.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel gypped when I play games like that. So as soon as I realized that was what was happening in City, I just stopped. I beat the game, but I never went back and picked it up after that.
That's how I felt.
I liked the ending. The ending was cool.
Did you play the Catwoman stuff?
You get to
No.
choose the ending.
No.
Okay.
No, but I thought the ending was
It
the
was
same
different.
no matter what you did. I think you were given a choice, but
Arkham City?
yeah, in Arkham
No,
City.
no, the ending's the ending.
No,
You don't change the ending. You can't change the ending.
Yeah, he's saying you're right.
I said it right.
Yeah.
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 Okay,
Good job.
because y'all are looking at me like, no, you're wrong. Fuck you.
You can play it in a different linear pattern, but what I found when I did that is I'm sitting there and every once in a while I'm playing through the main missions. I was like, you know what? Let me do the side
A
quest.
different linear pattern. What the fuck does that mean?
That doesn't make sense.
Like it.
He was talking about side quests.
So Asylum.
Dude,
I
side
really like
quests,
Asylum.
side quests and things of that matter. But
That's
like,
every game.
well, yeah. But for me, I don't know why it felt like with Arkham City, like it felt like I was doing all this shit. Like I'm on one side of the city, then I have to fucking go to the other side of the city to do this mission. Then I gotta go to the other fucking side of the city to do this shit.
That's because
That
you're
just-
doing side missions. If you follow,
Again, that's every game though.
yeah,
It's-
it's
it-
any
it's-
open world
it's
game's
so
gonna be like
annoying.
that.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you play Arkham City, even if you play Arkham Asylum or Arkham Origins, even though Arkham Origins isn't as good,
I didn't finish
if you
it.
follow the main, I haven't.
I did.
if you follow the main mission, you'll be where you need to be or be near where you need to be.
Yeah.
If you go on side missions, is when you're all the way across the city doing something.
No,
else.
even a couple of the main missions, or like the ones that were timed, like, oh, you need to get here before this fucking explosion goes off. You're like, oh shit! Then you're rushing to the other side of the city, and then it's sitting there like, great. Now you have to go to the back to the side that you were already at to fucking finish it, and it's like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Well, I didn't care. I love that game. I'm just a Batman.
Yeah, that didn't bother me.
The only thing that bothered me about City
have you played Grand Theft Auto?
was the bosses. The bosses. I felt like since it was such a big game and you had like a lot of different bosses, I felt like maybe they focused too much time on the Joker versus like some of the other key bosses, and like you just saw them and it was almost like a cameo. Like you had a little bit of time with them. I wanted to have more time with say like Two-Face, for example, maybe even Bane.
Well, I mean, I don't know if did you guys see the Arkham Knight trailer?
I did.
Yes.
Oh, that
You see that?
that looks
so
awesome.
that looks fucking great. Joker's not in it, as far as I know. He stays dead.
He stays dead this time.
I hope he stays dead. Basically, it's all so the thing that's blown that I'm super excited about. It's Xbox One, PS4 only. That's it.
It takes place after City, right? Arkham
It
City?
takes place after Arkham City. It's just Xbox One, PS4. You get the Batmobile. We don't know if you're, looking into it. I don't know
Batpod or
if
anything like
it's.
that.
Well, no, I don't even know if you get to drive it freely. Like if now because you're in Arkham City, in Gotham City,
Yeah.
I heard
in
that
its
you could.
entirety,
I heard
you
that
could just
could.
jump into it like an open world, like in Grand Theft Auto, and call the Batmobile and be like, boom, okay.
That's cool.
But it looks like they're focusing on a few specific enemies, and I'm like, from the trailer, you can't really tell what's going on other than Batman's a fucking awesome badass, and
Always.
he's going after Two-Face right now, and then
Penguin shows up out of nowhere.
yeah,
the
Penguin,
Riddler's in
Two-Face,
there, too.
Riddler, and
I think Croc.
Harley.
Oh yeah, Harley. If Harley's in it, but no, Joker's
No.
dead.
Joker's
Joker's
dead.
dead.
What I heard was that they're supposed to like empower you with the Batmobile. Like you're supposed to feel like badass, so you could like fly through things, like just break shit as you're driving through stuff.
What?
All right, guys. Well, we're getting a little
Killing.
long. Do you guys want to talk about something else real quick, or
I think.
you guys want
I
to?
thought Manhands was gonna be here. I wanted to talk some Final Fantasy, but I guess not.
John isn't here. I wanted you and John to talk
That
about.
guy's probably been sleeping all fucking day.
Weren't you guys playing Battlefield for a bit with him?
I
And then
tried. The
Titanfall,
game
or-
wouldn't load or launch.
Figures.
Fuck that game right now.
Xbox problems.
Xbox.
Again, it was still giving you shit.
Yeah. And
Dude,
then,
Titanfall was giving me shit this morning.
Xbox
No,
problems.
Timefall's perfect. Shut up.
No, dude, it was giving me shit.
Like what?
It wouldn't play.
You
Well,
know
that
what?
sucks.
Since I wasn't on the Titanfall podcast, I played a little bit of Titanfall.
Titanfall.
Titanfall's awesome. It's really good. I like it. I still wouldn't buy an Xbox for it.
That's what we were saying.
Yeah, you listen to it, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, and I wanted to form my opinion not from what you guys were saying because I listened to the the Titanfall podcast.
Yeah, what's your
I wanted to try it myself. The game is really fun and it's really good and it's worth. Like what Sean said, it's worth $60. I still wouldn't. I wouldn't drop $500, $560. Well, no, $500 if you get the Titanfall.
It's coming
Yeah.
to Xbox 360 next week.
So here's my fear with that. It's coming on Xbox 360. I've not seen one screenshot. I haven't heard anything
Yeah.
about it. And the only thing I heard is that they're still working on it. It comes out
How?
on Tuesday, and they're still working on it as of
Because
Friday.
you're gonna have to get the fucking game patched.
like 100,000
as soon as it launches.
It's gonna you're gonna download the game again.
It's gonna be just like how now it's not like it's gonna be in 360 where you used to be able to pop in a game. You're like, cool, I'm ready to go. It's gonna almost be like with
Yeah.
Xbox One. You have to download a patch, install this, reboot that. Okay, now it's finally fucking working.
Speaking of downloading and installing, you know what really pisses me off? I have 5 games for the one. I already have 40 gigs on, or 40% of my hard drive full.
Yeah.
How
I'm
many
at 30.
How many games can I have? 12? 13 at the most? You know how many 360 games I had? Over 60.
Yeah, I have. About that much of my hard drive's not that full.
Do you have anything else saved on?
No, it's just the
Just the
mandatory game installs.
So I don't know. IGN did a video on this. They filled up an Xbox One. This is before any new games came out. They filled it up entirely with whatever was out then. They downloaded all the apps you could download and all the games you could download, and it filled up the Xbox One.
That's bullshit.
It's only
Which-
500 gigs. That's garbage. Should have been 500.
Well, my issue
Terabytes.
is I don't care about
500
the
terabytes.
It's more
Lord.
like 394.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
throw an exabyte in there.
But here's the
It'll
thing:
be
the PS4 is going to run into the same issue too. Okay, you can't really fault Xbox. What I fault Xbox for is saying you can't upgrade this.
You can't.
No, the PS4.
But they're gonna do the external hard drive, which is which is.
But here's my problem with an external hard drive. I don't want to connect an external hard drive to my fucking Xbox.
Every time you have to
another
fucking play
big ass box
Yeah.
next to this big ass box.
Yeah,
Okay.
that box is fucking huge.
Like
And
with
then-
our PS4.
So then what's the alternative? Uninstall your game and then reinstall another one?
Exactly.
When you get a new
That's the
game?
only
I'm
thing
not
you can
doing
do.
that.
That's
'Cause
the
then
only
I'm
thing
not
you
gonna
can
want to
do.
go back and replay
And re-download
games.
because you got to download 33
Yeah.
gigs again.
I want to
Like
play
that-
this game for the afternoon. Well, spend 2 hours uninstalling and then reinstalling your game.
Which, and I'm sorry, but that's the one thing that Microsoft had right is with the 360. It's like, cool, your hard drive's full? All right, pull this one out, put a new one in, boom. Automatic upgrade.
Well,
Ching, more money for us, basically.
But here's the problem with Microsoft. Microsoft nickel and dimes people to death. They're not even going to let you do that for the Xbox One, which doesn't make any sense. If you're not going to let anybody upgrade the hard drive, give them 2 terabytes.
Yep.
Like, don't give them 500 gigs. It doesn't make any sense. The 2 terabyte hard drive is $80 right now. Like, really?
Yeah.
PS4, I can upgrade my hard drive to whatever the hell I want it to be. I can make my hard drive when it exists, a 2 terabyte solid state drive. So not only is it huge amount of data I can store, but it's faster than the Xbox One's hard drive.
Can we go up to 2 terabytes?
Yeah.
I thought it was only like 1 terabyte.
No, it's 2 terabytes.
Oh,
You can do 2. I mean, they're making the only problem. The only restriction is that it's got to be a super thin hard drive, and those are really expensive and very new. So like the 2 terabyte ones, there's only like maybe 3 models right.
So what are the options now with the Xbox One? We get an external USB.
You get an
Which
external
you can't
hard
do
drive,
right now.
You can't
which
do
you
it.
can't do yet.
It's gonna be an update.
Patch.
Yes.
Patch.
So what's the next game that's
And the-
so Ground Zeroes? So if somebody
That's
that's a
it,
really
though.
big
That's
game
it, though, right?
enthusiast, like for example you, Sean, you have Rise. So say you downloaded Rise. Say you downloaded Dead Rising. Say you downloaded Titanfall, and you wanted to get Ground Zeroes. You're already at 40% with those 3 games,
Well, Assassin's Creed and
Assassin's Creed and Battlefield 4.
Battlefield. Those are the 5 games.
So you may not be able to freaking download Ground Zeroes.
Is
Because
it
Ground,
that big of
Ground
a game?
Zeroes is going to be that big, yeah.
That's bullshit. How do they expect to move consoles?
And then the other thing, didn't Dead Rising have like a 15 gig update?
yeah,
Like what the hell?
yeah, you have to
Yeah.
download
Yeah.
the updates for the
'Cause
DLC
it preloads the
whether or
DLC.
not you buy it.
It preloads the DLC.
So the DLC is already fucking made and preloaded. You have to download.
Yeah,
You
so
just
all you have to do
download
is
the-
purchase
buy
it,
and
and then it
unlock.
unlocks it in the
I mean, to
game
be
right
fair,
away.
you have to download it so it wasn't on the disc already or wasn't in the game already.
Yeah.
But they make everybody pre-download it, and their reasoning is because if not, then it would break the game.
Come on.
So it just
What do you mean it would break the game?
like well,
Developers
no,
have
if
done
you
that
buy,
before.
oh I know, but if you buy the update, people would be pissed because they're downloading 15 gigs after buying the update. Might as well just force everybody to do it, kind of thing.
But that's how it was done in the past with 360,
Yeah.
where it's like, hey,
Well,
I
it's 'cause
want
they
this.
had to.
Well, but either way, I want this DLC. Okay, buy it. Okay, now you have to wait for 15 gigs to download. Which, yeah, it's sometimes when we were sitting there playing, we're like almost like, oh shit, I gotta wait for this shit to download, and then it's like
So
a
now-
half hour later, I jump on. But now,
Every game I get, all of the DLC, I'm gonna have to download whether or not I purchase it.
Right.
Battlefield. I mean, I've got premium for Battlefield, but those are big fucking installments for the DLC.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they're
Still
pretty
got
big.
2 or 3 more of those to come out.
Oh,
And
the
it-
next one's supposed to be really good though.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. It's just more space that's
You
gonna
know,
take
and
up on a hard
it
drive.
is.
And I don't feel like Microsoft gave a sufficient enough alternative. USB 3.0, because I'm pretty sure it's USB 3.0. It's not as fast as SATA. The transfer rates still aren't as fast. And like I said, do you want to have a huge 2 terabyte hard drive plugged in
I
your
really
Xbox
don't.
One that's already fucking huge?
Really don't.
Nope.
Well, and
I
then,
already have a stupid fucking Kinect on it.
and then here's the other thing
Just 3
you got to think
big
about.
stupid things you don't
if it's
really
a
wanna use.
if it's a big game, or if it's something where it's like a big multiplayer like Battlefield,
Destiny.
Ooh,
or
Destiny's
Destiny,
gonna be huge.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
you,
huge.
If that thing has to then load up from your external, get into the Xbox, then finally push out the video signal, you've got 3 trips it has to make before it gets to your fucking TV. Can you imagine the lag time that's going to be on there?
It's an extra trip, and you're streaming through a cable. You're streaming through USB,
And
and then you're fucked if the USB port breaks or something.
I am gonna have to choose to pass up games that I'm interested in, but not as interested in other games, just to make sure I have room for the other games.
because of the install.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what sucks.
Well, we got Watch Dogs, Destiny, and for me, The Division. Those are the next 3 I'm
Oh, The
looking forward
Division.
to. Well, yeah.
And
I'm looking forward to those 3. I don't know if I'm gonna buy any more games
And Watch
Other
Dogs,
than those.
you got to think Watch Dogs, just the sheer size of that game, the download's got to be huge for it.
Watch Dogs
Grand
is
Theft
like
Auto
8
was 8 gigs alone, and that was on the
Well,
360. That wasn't even on the
Yeah,
new next
That's
gen.
not impressive anymore.
No,
8
man.
gigs.
I mean,
It's
Battlefield
not.
4 was like 40 gigs almost on PS4.
But yeah, so
I downloaded that. Like I had to buy it at work, and by the time I got home, it was
I can
done.
only imagine how much is going to be.
It's just I don't like that Microsoft's whole like this is what we're gonna do, deal with it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I would rather just swap the hard drive. I mean, my PS3 when I bought it had an 80 gig hard drive in it. No, it had a
60.
60.
I had a 60.
Now it has a 500 in there.
Yeah.
And all my games are still there. And like if I wanted a 1 terabyte, I could go that high. And well, I'm starting to max out my PS3 because of PlayStation Plus, but. You know, I like that I have that option. I don't have that option with my PS. You know, with it. Well, I don't have an Xbox One, but you don't have that option with an Xbox One.
No, we don't. We really don't.
All I can say is if there's a will, there's a way. Someone will find a way to beat the system.
Nobody found a way to own me. Well,
What? Are you serious?
well, for the 360 to buy a hard drive off the shelf that wasn't a Microsoft one and load it was the most ridiculous fucking. I don't even know if it's possible still.
It is.
It's just like so dumb. Like I don't understand why Microsoft wants it that way. I feel like, okay, if you wanted to make money off of it, do what you did with the 360 and make a swappable hard drive.
Yep.
And just upcharge because you're gonna anyway because it's proprietary.
It was
it's a SATA fucking hard drive that you break it open. You're like, oh
yeah. Well, all you had to do is just take the assembly apart, put it in a SATA drive, put the
Yeah, but
assembly
you
back on
You
it.
can't do that with the Xbox One.
But now with the One,
there's
no.
no fucking drive that you can take out with this thing.
Which is why I always thought it was interesting that on the left side there's that USB.
That's what it's for. I noticed that like last week. I just realized that thing was there. Like,
Yeah.
that's strange.
It's got a USB on the side of it, and I'm sitting there and I was looking at it. I was like, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking of all the possibilities. I was like, that looks like a good place to put an external port for something.
Yeah,
and it's like,
that's
man,
gonna sit right next
and-
to the Xbox.
But not only that, I bet you what they do is they have a hard drive, this, with some kind of fan system on it, where what you do is it's like, 1.5 thick, and then that's where you connect an external
what the
another
hell
hard
is this
drive
like?
for it.
1994 Sega?
I bet you they do it. I bet you they do it, and then it fucking increases the
I'm
size
sorry,
of the
how
Xbox
much?
One.
How much do you think those additional external hard drives are gonna cost?
Oh, they'll at least run you $150. Because
That's how much
considering
they were for the 360,
yeah,
right?
considering for the
150,
360, it was like $130 for a hard drive that was like 320 gigs, all this other stuff. I would guess they might put one out at $130. Then when they up the size of the Xbox One, then they'll sell another external that's a terabyte worth
Actually, it was
and
like
charge
20
almost double for it.
It was 20, 60, 120, and then I lost track.
And
of
then it
that.
was
250,
250, 320.
And here's the problem. Like the I think it was a 250 gig hard drive for Xbox 360 was $100. I got a 500 gig hard drive for my PS3 for $50.
Yep.
Like
So basically, what you're saying is Sony is going to dominate. Xbox is just dropping the ball.
who knows?
Well, right now they're dropping the ball.
I mean, yeah, but
And it's only funny because when Xbox One with Microsoft, when they released these goddamn headset adapters, I watched them literally fly off the shelves. Before we opened, and 15 minutes later, they were gone. They were completely
they're pretty
gone.
useful.
The $80 headsets that come with the adapters, the new XO4 and XO7s from Turtle Beach and the Titanfall headsets flying off the shelf just because it's got that extra little fucking headset adapter. Where with Sony and PlayStation 4, you get it from the get-go.
it's in the controller. It's built in. You don't have to connect to the
It's not a $25 thing you gotta buy to then fucking
connect
hook
it.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on there already, and you can listen to the game audio through it. Like,
Hooray!
I don't know. It's just Sony's finding other ways to make their money.
Yeah.
They're making their money through the software, not through the peripherals and the controllers and shit.
I think it's the right way. At this time, I think it's the right way. Well, that we'll end it on that because this is pretty damn long. You guys are gonna make me do some work tonight.
Oh,
other night.
you're gonna like it.
Just cut anytime Soto's talking.
I'm gonna cut it right there. All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and this is us signing out. Thanks.
See ya.
Like, comment, share.
All right, thank you.
Later.